Welcome back to another video on The Flash. Now, in our last video, what we saw was basically Impulse showed up and he's trying to kill Wally West. Impulse is out of control. He doesn't know what he's doing, alright? He's pretty much on a sugar high, if you could say that, and Wally's trying to save him, right? Because Iris showed up from the future and told Wally to save Impulse, right? To save Bart Allen, Barry Allen's grandson. Now, Linda, she's just along for the ride, but she's also being tracked down by the Cobra Cults. So Wally has to deal with Impulse, the Cobra Cults, and some more problems as the story progresses. So Wally has a lot on his plate, and we'll see if Wally can actually deal with it, right? As the Flash. But yeah, guys, if you're ready, let's dive into Flash number 93 through 94. We begin with Wally West, Flash, facing off against Impulse. A fight taking place all around the world. Impulse has the world's worst case of runner's high. He's out of control. He's trying to kill Wally. Wally hits him with a backhanded punch. Wally stands over Impulse. Bart Allen says, What would you do that for? In a moment of hesitation on Wally's parts, Bart speeds off. Wally tries chasing Bart, but Bart is too fast. If Wally doesn't stop him soon, he'll die an old man within the hour. We shift to Linda. She's walking out of work. Her colleagues tell her to be careful. The Cobra Cult has attacked certain news reporters. She may be next. Linda isn't afraid at all. She gets in her car and prepares to drive off. But there's snakes around her car. Plus, there's a Cobra Cult soldier with a huge sword standing above her. She's about to be killed, but that's when a new hero named Argus shows up. He kicks the Cobra Cult soldier and knocks him out. Linda then drives off with Argus on a motorcycle. Not only is Linda in trouble, but now Iris, who's at Wally's house, the Cobra Cult is heading straight there, so Iris is in trouble as well. Linda asks Argus to help her out, but she also calls in the Pied Piper. We shift to Wally, still chasing Bart. Wally isn't fast enough. Bart begins seizing up, and his speed begins to drain. Bart has no more fuel. Bart begins to die as he runs. Wally knows Bart's feeling, the feeling of hitting the wall, losing energy. He felt that same pain when he saved his father from a hurricane. Wally knows the next few seconds are critical. Argus and Linda make it back to Wally's house. It isn't destroyed yet. That's when the Cobra Cult soldiers show up and attack. Argus and Linda jump on a motorcycle. Argus protects Linda. A Cobra Cult soldier tries to stab Linda. Argus jumps in the way. He is knocked out cold. The Cobra Cult soldier still proceeds to try and kill Linda, but she is saved by the Pied Piper. Piper blasts the Cobra Cult soldier back. Pied Piper makes a force field around the house. It will protect the house only for a little while. An army of Cobra Cult assassins stand outside, waiting to attack. Linda brings Argus in. She sets him on a couch. Linda tries to get Pied Piper's help in waking up Argus. Argus has a concussion. Pied Piper is too busy being shocked. He's shocked to see Iris alive. Linda tells Piper that this isn't the former Iris. This is an Iris from the future. Pied Piper goes to work on making better defense against the Cobra Cults. We shift to Wally trying to use the speed powers to push Bart forward. If he can push Bart past the wall of endurance, then Bart will survive. Wally thinks it's working. He's saving Bart. But that's when you're loud whoosh. Bart is caught in a huge blast. The speed force is too powerful for him. Wally screams, "No!" We shift to Pied Piper still working on defense against the Cobra Cults. Piper suggests Linda give her research over and they might survive. Both Linda and Iris agree that they never give up a story. If Linda gives up her research, worse things could happen. That's when a Cobra Cult soldier crashes through the window saying, for Cobra. Pied Piper tries to protect Linda. He is knocked out. Linda runs into a storage room. A Cobra Cult soldier slashes at the wall trying to kill Linda. Yurazak. Linda gets surrounded, but Iris shows up and throws a storage box at the Cobra Cult soldier. It gives Iris and Linda enough time to make it to a hallway. They try to get away. Iris trips. She asks for help. She's about to be stabbed by a Cobra Cult soldier. But Linda comes from behind and hits the Cobra Cult soldier in the head with a fire extinguisher. Yurakalang. Iris is proud of Linda. Wally found a good girlfriend. Iris and Linda try to escape the house, but they get surrounded by the Cobra Cult soldiers. The soldiers launch to kill both of them. Iris and Linda hold each other close. But that's when Bart returns and takes out the Cobra Cult soldiers. Iris hugs Bart and is happy to see him. Wally takes out the last two Cobra Cult soldiers. He smiles and says, "Run you a little behind." Wally kisses Linda. Iris thanks Wally and asks how he saved Bart. Wally says he pushed Bart. Bart put on quite the show and used a lot of speed. Then he's stabilized. He's not going to die now. Bart says he feels great. Wally then sees a hologram of the Cobra Cult's lieutenant. Now, Wally tries to question the lieutenant. Linda tries to get a story out of the lieutenant. The lieutenant says he's going to kill all of them. Bart yells, "No, you won't. You won't hurt Iris. I won't let you." Bart runs at fast speed at the hologram. Wally shouts, "Wait!" Bart tries to catch the lieutenant, but he's caught in an unknown energy. He disappears. Wally is shocked. Bart is gone again. We open issue number 94 with Bart Allen, aka Impulse, in a black void. Wally looks for Bart. He goes outside and witnesses Bart vibrating through the wall. Wally and Bart accidentally run into each other. Bart gets freaked out. This is the first time he has vibrated through a wall. He tries to take off in fear, but Wally barely catches him in time. Wally says, "Bart, chill, it's okay. Everything's alright. It's okay." Wally calms Bart down. Iris shows up worried for Bart. Wally reassures her that Bart is fine. Wally asks Linda why the Cobras are targeting her. He asks how deep her story is she's looking into. Linda says her information must be very important. Now Argus shows up out of nowhere and confirms her information is major. The Cobra Cults are from Asia and would only come to North America for something major. Wally's shocked to see Argus. Argus continues to say that the Cobra Cult's king is the deadliest man on Earth. They need to stop him and his thousands of soldiers soon. A lot is at stake. Argus leaves. Wally races off to find him, but he has disappeared through the shadows. Wally finds Bart exhausted and proceeds to take him to bed. Linda, Piper, Wally, and Iris chill in the house and try to recover from the big fights. Linda tends to Piper's wounds. Wally and Iris talk for a little bit. Iris tells Wally she knew he would be friends with Pied Piper eventually. Iris also tells Wally to hang on to Linda. They're going to be a great couple. Wally gets freaked out by Iris' statements. He's not ready to move too fast with Linda. Iris then proceeds to ask about her dad and her brother, Rudy. Now, Rudy is Wally's father, right? Now, Wally responds saying, "Your dad's okay. My dad has had his ups and downs, but he's the same, you know?" Iris says, "He wasn't much of a father, was he?" Wally agrees with her. Wally changes the subject to Bart. How does he train him? Iris says Barry would have been better to teach Bart because Bart reminds Iris of someone she knows. We see Bart running around the kitchen, changing his mind on what to do like every second. Now, Iris tells Wally that Bart reminds her of him. Iris tells Wally to think carefully. We shift to later, and Wally is kind of mad. He tells Iris, I was never like that. Linda comes in and she's laughing. She says, you are still like that. Only you don't vibrate. Now Bart runs in and says, you don't? Now Wally refuses to admit that he can't vibrate. Bart is excited that he knows how to do something that the Flash doesn't. Iris tells Wally that Bart needs his watchful eye. Bart grew up in isolation. The military kept him in containment. He was in virtual reality all the time. He still thinks the world is a fantastic game. He's so impulsive. Now, he doesn't know that he can actually get hurt in the real world. Iris tells Wally to protect Bart. Iris also warns Wally of a crisis in the time stream. When Iris and Bart were separated in the time stream, it was because of a huge force. Wally will encounter that force very soon. Iris doesn't know his fate after that. Wally asks, "What happens to me?" Iris isn't sure. It says nothing about him in the historical records after he encounters the White Void. Linda answers the phone. It's Argus, and he has got a lead on the Cobra cults. He says he'll meet Wally at a factory nearby in an hour. Wally refuses to share the glory with Argus. Wally doesn't really respect Argus. Wally tells Iris they'll finish their conversation when he gets back. Wally kisses Linda and runs out of the house at a fast pace. Bart tries to join Wally in on the mission, but Wally stops him. He's going in alone this time. He doesn't need a sidekick. Wally finds the factory and sees that it's an illusion. As he gets closer, he sees hundreds of Cobra Cult soldiers. Wally runs in the factory at top speed so the soldiers don't see him. He tries to investigate and find out the ultimate plan of the Cobra King. He finds the Cobra lieutenants in a room, getting ready for the next phase in the ultimate plan. Wally is curious what that plan is. Wally's listening on their plan. He's being stealthy. All is going well. But that's when you hear, boom! Impulse has showed up, and he's fighting an army of Cobra Cult soldiers. He just blew Wally's cover. Wally helps Impulse so he doesn't die. Impulse has a lot of fun, and tries taking out the Cobra Cult lieutenants. Now, the lieutenant gets away. Wally punches a multitude of Cobra Cult soldiers. Impulse almost gets shot, but Wally saves him. They both take down the remaining Cobra Cult soldiers. Wally goes after the lieutenants that Bart chased away. Wally finds the lieutenant on the ground, defeated by a familiar enemy of the Flash. This enemy blasts at Wally and Bart. Wally tells Bart to run. Bart is confused and doesn't get what's going on. Wally tells him, "I'm trying to save your life. Get out." Wally throws Bart at a wall. Bart vibrates through and is out of the situation. Wally goes toe to toe with his familiar enemy. Abracadabra. Wally asks why he's working for Cobra. Kadabra says he isn't. He just came back all of a sudden. He washed ashore and has been planning revenge on the Flash. Kadabra then proceeds to try to kill Wally with these laser beams. Wally mocks Kadabra on his creativity. Kadabra tries killing him with just these industrial laser beams. A simple death trap. Now, Kadabra gets mad at Wally mocking him and makes the laser beams closer and more aimed at Wally. Wally struck. There's no way out. The laser beams are actually hitting him. But that's when Wally witnesses Kadabra changing into different versions of himself in seconds. Now, Kadabra is as surprised as Wally is. As Kadabra is shocked though, he stops pressing the laser beam blaster. Wally gets free and goes to attack. Wally punches Kadabra and Kadabra falls to the ground. Wally gets on top. Now Kadabra says, You don't understand. This isn't my doing. The costumes, the changes. It's as if time was shifting all around me." Wally looks behind him and he's shocked to see a huge white void taking over. Wally also notices he's in the 64th century now. Iris referred to the timeline being messed up. She was right. That's when Wave Rider shows up. Wave Rider needs Wally's help. he needs the Flash. That's how we end Flash number 74. So that was the conclusion to the Reckless Youth storyline. This is the storyline that introduced Impulse, Bart Allen, and we got to see how Wally got to know Bart, right? And how Bart was out of control, and Wally stabilized him. It was actually very cool. I really like that relationship, and how Bart still feels like he's in like a virtual reality, and he doesn't know about the real world, and Wally at every turn is trying to save Impulse, and Impulse is just not taking it seriously. He doesn't take missions seriously. He doesn't take like life or death situations seriously. So it's very good. It makes the stakes very high, and also, we see that Wally is dealing with a lot himself. Like, he helps Impulse, he tries to save Linda, he's facing off against the Cobra Colts, but most of all, the most interesting thing is when he talks to Iris, and Iris talks about the White Void, the big force in the time stream, and we know this relates to the 0 Hour events, because Iris tells Wally that, hey, I don't know what happens to you after you face off against this White Void, like this big force in the time stream. And Wally thinks, I'm probably gonna die. So he has all this on his mind, and he goes after the Cobra Colts, the whole thing, faces off against all these different soldiers, and then he encounters Abracadabra. Kadabra just comes out of nowhere, and that was great writing by Mark Waid. I really like how Mark Waid writes Kadabra, like his dialogue, and how he faces off against Wally. And we know that Wally throws Bart out of the situation, which was good, because the story started focusing on Wally more. It was becoming a big moment for Wally, because we see Wally face off against Kadabra, and time itself changes around them, and the stakes get super high, it starts getting exciting. I really like this ending, where you see them in the 64th century, you see, like, the White Void coming, and then Wave Rider shows up. Like, I can't imagine reading this issue when it came out, and not knowing what happens next. I'd be like, oh crap, I get hyped. Now, I know what happens next, and whether you like it or not, like, we'll talk about next video, we're actually covering what happens to Wally in 0 Hour and how it sets him up for terminal velocity in the next video, right? So stay tuned for the Flash video coming next Sunday. It's gonna be a huge one, alright? Because that's the one that's... Actually, I'm not gonna spoil it yet. So there's a lot that happens. Some of you may already know. If you're just following this series on this channel, then you don't. So just get excited because there's some interesting stuff that happens next. Overall, there was a good end to the storyline and gets you hyped for 0 Hour. And I'm going to give these two issues an 8.5 out of 10. I thought they were both solid. Issue number 73 and 74 of Mark Waid's Flash run. You guys tell me your thoughts on the story down below. What did you think about it? What are your theories for the next Flash video? And yeah, if you liked the video, give a big thumbs up. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Wally West Flash video. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.